Yo guys, what is up? My name is Jeracraft and finally welcome back to yet another epic Minecraft adventure, where today we're going to explore an entire new world of fantasy, not only building an elven city, but transforming your average Minecraft tree into a 1.2 million block megastructure. Today's video could be possibly the most challenging project I have ever undertaken. So guys, just sit back, relax and enjoy as we begin today's fantasy-packed adventure. Right guys, and so today's adventurous journey begins with the creation of an all-new Minecraft world, all with the idea of building an enchanted grove, first designing the actual landscape and then later adding in some vegetation. Now most of the terraforming will be done throughout this video, firstly adding in some fancy looking waterfalls and of course using our stained glass technique to create the appearance of water vapor. Now to really bring this enchanted grove to life, I've decided to build a variation of different rocks along with some oversized plants and flowers to try and incorporate a much more fantasy styled theme. We can now decorate the landscape and even go a step further by building some giant vines connecting along the top of each cliff face, altogether trying to make the project feel overgrown and filled with greenery. Right guys, with most of the landscape complete, we can now focus on introducing the first of the Elven style structures, building the main entrance into the grove, a massive gatehouse with some really fancy roofing and detailing, mainly focusing on shades of white, grey and purple as the main colour scheme. Now the path beyond the gate leads to the outskirts of the map, so I've decided for this project to make sense, we need a place that will grant you access to the island. So I've decided to build a small shipyard and even attempted building some Elven style ships. Right guys, without keeping you waiting any longer, we're gonna jump right to the center of the grove where we have plenty of space to build our colossal tree. And with bedrock only a few blocks from the surface, means we can use all 256 blocks of Minecraft's max build height. We're going to start construction with the base of the tree, building massive roots just twisting and turning, digging themselves into the bedrock below. With help of World Edit, we're going to create the tree's initial shape, using oak log for the outer bark, while using spruce wood for the inner parts of the tree. This really helps add a bit of extra detail, but we're going to have to do a lot more than that to make this tree come to life. The best way to make improvements was to add some vegetation, especially adding vines and mushrooms really helps improve the tree's overall look. Now with the base of the tree finally complete, we can now focus on designing the actual branches, and I have to admit, I did go through a bunch of different designs before I got this tree to work. And even though the branches didn't convince me at first, once I actually started adding in leaves and vines, the tree itself just came to life. Even just adding a few shades of purple made a huge difference. The tree itself now consists of over 1.2 million blocks, with roots touching bedrock and its branches reaching Minecraft's max build height of 256 blocks. I have to say, this is by far the biggest tree I have ever created. With hundreds of hours of hard work and a little bit of patience, I finally managed to get this tree to look as good as I possibly could. Right guys, now we're not done just yet. We're going to take this project to the next level, with plans on building a mighty elven city. First off, building a bridge across the grove with a stylish looking walkway that will grant you access to this gigantic tree. I then later designed a variation of different elven style buildings that we can use throughout the valley, all built trying to use the same kind of theme with fancy looking roofs and as much detail as possible. And finally, with some last bit of terraforming, I made enough space to build an entire elven kingdom. And so with the entire city connected through paths and bridges and finally decorated with fountains and vegetation, all that's left to do now is add some final detail and features, including some giant elven style lanterns held by chains and connected to the tree's mighty branches. With that done, I can finally present to you my version of the biggest, most epic tree I have ever created.
The roots will heal in time, as will the entire world. Just as the orcs, humans, and night elves discarded their old hatreds and stood united against a common foe, so did nature herself rise up to banish the shadow forever.
Right guys, you can get your hands on this Minecraft creation as well as many others on www.jeracraft.net. I want to thank you all for all the support and I will catch you in the next one. This is Jeracraft, over and out.